Okay, guys, I normally don't do videos like these, but I just watched Cult of Chucky, as you can see by this little movie poster I put over on the side, so you guys can know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know if it was the unrated version. I I don't know. I want to say yes because of how much blood there was and violence there was. I want to say yes, it was the unrated one, but I'm not sure. Um, and it was really good, and it was just as good as um, the one before this one, Curse of Chucky. It was just as good as that one, if not better, and I'll explain why. But before I talk about it, I want to just do a little disclaimer. This will have some spoilers in this review, so if you don't want to know anything about the movie at all, um, then stop this video now and go check out a spoiler-free review. Because there's just so much that goes on. It's gonna be hard for me because I've never done a movie review to do a spoiler-free one because there's so much stuff to talk about. So I'm just gonna get right into it. But like I said, I loved it. It was actually really good. It it felt like the classic Chucky movies, like the first Child's Play. I would liken it to that. It was on par with that. But the gist of the movie is, if you haven't seen Curse, you have to see this before you see this because it continues right after that. So if you haven't seen Curse, stop this review right now and go watch that because I'm about to spoil some stuff from that movie because there's no way not to because it pretty much follows that movie right up. Okay, so the movie starts out with Nika or Fiona Dorff. That's Brad Dorff's daughter. Um, she plays the main character in that movie. She gets committed to an asylum because they think she committed the murders from the previous movie. So they think she's nuts because she was saying, "Oh, Chucky did it, the doll did it," and they were all saying, "Oh no, there's no way the doll could do it." And Andy, played by Alex Vincent, who played him in the first movie, which is really neat that they got him to play him as an adult again. Um, there's a part in the movie where he does a video and he was trying to prove to them that the doll is alive because the doll was talking. The head of the doll was talking, but they thought like he was manipulating the doll somehow or something. So they didn't believe him. So that's why she got committed. But that's not, you don't see that part till later in the movie. But that's basically why she got committed because they didn't believe what he said. Anyway, so the entire movie is basically her trying to like prove that she's not crazy and the doll really is still alive and killing people. And she's right because the doll still is alive and killing people. And there's an interesting twist about why Chucky is still able to do things. And Jennifer Tilly makes an appearance as Tiff again, so that's also cool. Um, so yeah, it's basically just classic Chucky, and you see the. Now, one thing I want to say about the doll, I couldn't tell if it was CGI or a puppet, or like a doll, like an animatronic doll or something. I couldn't tell. It was that good. Like I want to say it was a like puppetry of some kind, but I'm honestly not sure. The CGI was that good to make it look like a doll. Then it was good, but I honestly couldn't tell. But that's one that I really liked. Is that you really couldn't tell. It really looked authentic, like the first movie. It looked just like that. Um, Now time for the spoiler parts of the review here. Later on in the movie, you find out that there are multiple Chucky dolls that have his personality in them, because he does the little voodoo spell, the that weird voodoo shit he does in the first couple movies to try to transfer his consciousness into Andy or whoever. He can do that without touching. He just puts his hand out like this and does the thing, and then like it just transfers to whoever. And he transferred himself to multiple different dolls. One doll, the main doll, is just a head that Andy has, like propped up in a metal stake thing in a cabin that he lives in or something. I don't know. That still talks to him and like tries to manipulate him and call him crazy. Maybe it's all in his head. That's the main doll, I think, that from like years and years ago. But then there's other dolls that he transferred his likeness into, I guess you would say, because you can't transfer your consciousness into a million different dolls. But whatever. But basically, like I said, if you don't want to know what I'm gonna say, this is the spoiler part of the review, because this is pretty much like the whole like big shocker part of the movie right here. So basically, what he does is he's basically just transferring his personality into different dolls. Okay, and then eventually, there's a point in the movie where he transfers himself into Nika, which I did not see coming at all. I was like, whoa. I was like, holy crap. I didn't see that even happening. And once it happens, like, you can tell that that she's no longer herself anymore. You can tell Charles Lee Ray or Chucky is inside her mind and controlling her. So like I said, if you don't want to know spoilers, make sure you stop this video by this point, because I'm about to talk about near the end of the movie. So she goes around, or Chucky goes around as Nika, and she's like walking around. She's going to find Andy, going to take care of Andy, because, spoiler, Andy gets himself committed on purpose to try to save Nika, because he knows he's there. Okay? So he knows Chucky's there, and he's going there to try to get her out and save her, because he knows Chucky is there with her, so he's trying to get her out. So he gets himself committed. So he's in solitary confinement. He's trapped in there. Then one of the dolls gets a hold of one of the key cards, I guess by killing the one nurse that they find dead. He opens that up. He opens the door up. He stabs Andy in the leg. Doesn't kill him, but hurts him. Then Andy throws the doll against the wall, pushes him up against the wall, like rips out his stomach, because he had hid a gun inside that doll. Like he knew he wanted to find that exact doll, because he hid a gun inside of it. So he ripped open that doll and then shot that doll, killed that doll, and then like as that doll was dying, you saw then the camera cuts over to Nika, or Chucky, in Nika's body. They cut to her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you got him, but you couldn't get me," or something like that. And then like he tries to like shoot her, but he's out of bullets, so he tries to like quickly reload, but he can't because he's nervous, he's scared. So then she shuts the door, locks it. He can't get out because there's no way to get out because he doesn't have the key card. Nope. I don't think anyone else is really alive in there at this point. So I mean, he's pretty much screwed at this point. Like, I don't know how he's gonna get out of there, and I'll explain why I said it in a second. But then they cut to her walking outside, and keep in mind she cannot walk. Like the whole entire movie, she cannot walk. She she's paralyzed from the waist down, so she cannot walk. So this is not normal. She shouldn't be able to walk. Okay, let me give an example. If Chucky was able to take over me, he would be able to control me and make me walk. Basically, basically what that's like. That's messed up to think about, but that's basically what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the very end of the movie, that she walks outside to the car that Jennifer Tilly or Tiff is in, and she gets out. She's like, haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you in a while, pretty face or something like that. And then they kissed, and it wasn't like it didn't feel like a lesbian kiss. It was, you could tell that she was kissing Chucky, like the way they acted out really good, because it didn't seem like an awkward kiss. It felt right to them. Like it was so well acted. That part was so good. How that was done, because I knew that was gonna happen. I figured they were gonna kiss, but I was like, I don't know if they're gonna do that well. But they did it really well. And after that, they got in the car, and they were talking for a while, and then they panned back on the back seat. The doll that Tiffany's consciousness was in at one point, um, started talking. So like she's basically in that doll as well. Okay, basically Tiff took over Jennifer Tilly's body, is what they're saying in the movie. Yeah, if you don't know, that happened at the end of Seed. I'm pretty sure most people have seen Seed by now, but Seed sucked. I only saw the end of the movie where she got taken over. You can tell where she was taken over, but that's basically what they're saying. So if you're confused by that, that's why they're saying that, because she took over Jennifer Tilly's body, which is really a funny way to do it. Because as soon as I saw her, because she's early on in the movie, you see her. And as soon as I saw her, I was like, shit, this is gonna be bad. Because I knew from 2 movies ago that she was not her, that she was really Tiffany. So yeah. So at the end, they drive off of the asylum complex, and then the credits roll. And what if you watch the movie, watch the credits, because actually, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil any of the credits. That's gonna be something you guys will have to watch the movie for. But something big happens at the end credits. I mean, the end already set up for a sequel, but this just fucking like, it's just like boom. If you love the Chucky movies, like seeing all of them, even the shitty ones, you will get this reference at the end. So yeah, you it's just like, oh my god, it's so good how they did that. I really hope they make another Chucky movie, because I was really skeptical about this movie, because I was like, oh god, why is it called Cult of Chucky? And I was just like, oh, what is this gonna be? And I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And when I looked it up, and I saw it was able to be streamed. And I'm not gonna say how I watched it, but I found it to watch. It officially drops tomorrow. So, and they're releasing another Chucky collection on Blu-ray. I wouldn't pick that up until they're fully done with these movies, because they're gonna keep re-releasing the set. And if they don't do a sequel to this movie, it's gonna really make me mad, because they really set it up. Like, I highly recommend you watch this, even if you're like a casual Child's Play fan and like seen like the first 3 and skipped Bride and Seed. You need to watch Curse before you watch this. That is definite for sure. You need to watch this. You need to watch Curse before you watch Cult, because if you don't watch Curse first, you're not gonna really get the whole what all is going on. So I highly recommend you watch that first. So yeah. So overall, I'd say I'd give the movie an 8, just to be conservative. I mean, I've never been a huge Chucky fan, but like this, like I would give the first movie like an 8 too. This is for me. This, at least for me, this is on par with the first movie because it was that good. It revived Chucky in a way that I didn't think they could do. Like, you wouldn't think, oh, they're gonna do this whole thing where there's a whole army of Chucky's possibly. Because now who knows how many movies they could do. I mean, they could do 12, 15, 30, 50, 100, who knows. I mean, granted, Brad Dourif is, I mean, he's getting older, but he's not to that age where I'm getting worried about his health. So I mean, they can do this. They can do these for a while. So I'm not really worried about that. But I really love how his daughter is actually in the movie, like playing against Chucky, because it really you kind of get the sense that like they're related when you're watching the movie, like you can tell. But like it's weird watching, knowing that they're like father daughter in real life, and that the doll is like literally trying to kill her, and it's like her dad's real voice. It's that has to be weird for her. I just find that really cool that she got into the cult of Chucky, if I can coin that phrase now, because that's basically what all the movies are. They're all basically, they all lead up to this moment. So I recommend watching them all, even the stupid ones. Besides Seed you can skip. They don't really mention Seed besides seeing Jennifer Tilly. That's like the only Seed reference you get. But the other movies they kind of reference. So I highly recommend you watch all those, but skip Seed. But definitely watch Curse. You have to watch that before you watch this. I highly recommend, I'm going to keep saying it, I highly recommend you watch this movie. But first, watch Curse. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first movie review. I haven't done one ever. I felt like I had to because it was that good. I never do movie reviews, ever. This is probably the only one you've ever seen, unless another movie just blows my fucking mind, like this one did. This one was, I was not expecting this to be that good, but it was so good, and it's so worth seeing. So go pick it up on DVD. I know for a fact we will. So go pick it up. Go watch it. Please watch Curse first, and leave your comments below after you watch the movie what you thought of it. And please be sure to share this video and like this video so it gets some views. So I don't know, maybe so the director should know it's loved by fans. Because like I said, I'm a fan of Chucky, and I know my wife is. My wife has not seen it yet. She's made I saw it before she did. So but I can't wait till she's gonna really like it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna get this uploaded, and please let me know what you thought below, and be sure to subscribe.